What up, world? It's your woman, Butterfly. Let me back up out of here real quick. Okay, y'all. I just want to get on here and say a couple of things today. This is gonna be a random episode. Because there's just so much going on, y'all. There's always so much going on when you in the physical realm and you in the spirit realm. One, you have tapped in to the spirit realm that is all around you in plain sight. So I just want to say thank y'all so much for encouraging words for my last episode. That's exactly what I needed. And also I realized what is making me feel that way. You know, sometimes when you start walking on the path towards righteousness and sincerely with your heart, your soul just don't want to be in certain environments anymore. It won't let you stay there long. So I really think that the way that I feel, like, I didn't start feeling this way until I started working where I'm working now. And it's like, it's a lounge, it's a restaurant, but when it fills up with people, it turns into like a nightclub environment. So I think what I'm gonna do is just use the way that I feel, just trying to stay out of trouble, and just use the way that I feel as fuel for my real estate career. Because really, I want to be home at night. Like, I don't want to be out during the night. And I don't get up until 5 a.m. So that's not cool, So that's what I'm going to be doing. Because there's just too many spirits in there. Bad ones. It's like I'm picking them up. And they keep talking to me. I keep hearing voices.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Highway 314.
God was like, you need to get out of there. It's just too much. Or try to work the early hours because they're going to be opening earlier soon. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, because the smoke is getting to me. Like, my voice is sounding all smokier now. And it's just not cool. So y'all pray that I just get it together, because I do have a client that I'm working with, but he works in that environment too, and he won't even he's having a hard time getting approved because he won't answer the phone for the loan officer when they call, because he be knocked out. So it's like just craziness. But anyway, I forgot to tell y'all. Well, I didn't forget to tell y'all. I want to tell y'all what I think about this R. Kelly thing. Okay? The reason why I didn't watch it as soon as it came out was because I was trying to see. First of all, I don't even handle cable or nothing like that. I don't think that's worth paying for. There's a lot of horrible stuff on there. And it's like you're paying for the sight of evil, really. So every time something like that come out, there's always something else they're trying to distract us from. So I always try to see what that is first. And I just started watching it. I watched part 2 last night.
Turn right onto Highway
really
314.
Freaking horrible. Like, if you have daughters, you need to let them watch this, because this dude, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how he was able to lure young girls and stuff like that. And, there's a lot of people doing stuff like that. He ain't the only one. He is not the only one. Don't ever let your
In half a mile, turn left onto New Hope Road.
Don't ever let your daughter go with somebody that said they're going to make her a star or whatever without you going. Because just stay away from the industry, period. Stay away from the music industry, period. Because it's like, yeah, you can have friends that's in the music industry and all that, and know people that's in the music industry, but you don't know everything until it freaking comes out on TV. Every time there's a story like Unsung or something like that about all the stuff that went on behind the scenes, it's always bad. It's never good. It's always some crazy stuff happening.
Turn left onto New Hope Road.
Scenes, because The music industry is the devil's work. Okay, that's why. Yeah. Is this New Hope Road? This ain't New Hope. So I just think that
Use the left lane to make a U-turn at Pavilion Parkway.
And the things that he went through as a child.
Make a U-turn, then turn right onto New Hope Road.
Makes one's body more prone to demonic possession and demons and for the devil to take over. And I also think that that story was just the tip of the iceberg. Because if you go on YouTube and look at the real stuff, you'll see that he was also bringing young girls to the higher ups in the music industry, the people that actually own record labels. He was bringing young girls to them too, so they could do rituals. Okay, so they ain't gonna talk about that part. And the only reason why they even talking about it is because the devil is pretty much done with R. Kelly. He's considered R. Kelly as a washed up artist. And first, his house got broken into, because that's what they do when they're done with you.
Turn
they break
right
into
onto
your
New
house,
Hope Road.
steal all your stuff in Hollywood, and then they do something like this just to totally destroy your image in the eyes of the public. So all that stuff that he was doing
In 4 miles,
he was doing
turn right onto Highway
the music
92
industry.
North.
He was doing it for the music industry. And when he was younger, he thought it was cool. He thought he was gonna get away with something. He thought, the devil was his friend, and turned out that he wasn't. In the long run, you see that the devil hates you and he wants you to die. I'm telling you. So, yeah, that's what I think about that. And it's like, do I feel bad for him? He's reaping what he sowed. I don't really have no feelings about it. I don't feel bad for him. I don't feel good for him. I don't feel sorry for him. And he's not the only one. All of them do stuff like that. All of them. The men and the women. All of them. Everything. Think about your favorite entertainer right now. They all do stuff like that. Okay? R. Kelly is not the only one. Whoever you playing on the radio right now is doing stuff like that. Okay? Even my favorite artist or whatever is doing stuff like that. That's why I just wean myself off of it, period. Because that's what they do. They all do stuff like that. All this kidnapping and abducting and all this stuff, that's them doing that stuff. They do that, okay? There's just so much. I was like wide awake. I could not sleep last night because I was like, I need to talk to my babies about all this stuff. The last thing I want to talk to y'all about is being able to hear. I think that I keep saying I think that having eyes to see something and having ears to hear is really a gift from God. Because if God sees you trying, look at that house, Lord. If God sees you trying to break away from the world, you will see stuff in plain sight. Let me tell y'all, when Halloween was here, I saw decorations that looked like real demons. Like there was a fence, and there was this gargoyle looking thing sitting on top of it. I drove by it, and when I drove by, it turned its head and looked at me, right? And I was like, dang, like that was a really weird place for a Halloween decoration to be. Like it wasn't, I don't even think that's anybody's yard, right? And then when I drove past that spot again, it wasn't there. So, when you encounter someone and they say they're hearing voices and stuff, that person ain't crazy. That person is not crazy, because that's what demons do. They talk to people who can hear them, and they're in plain sight, and they're in people's mind. They're in people's mind. They're in your friend's mind. They're in your parents' mind, your child's mind. You know, you gotta fight and battle your demons. And it's just so crazy. Look, I was at a gathering, right, with my daughter, and one of her friends said something about a rapper. You know how these kids talk. And I mean, like, we're at a family function and they were talking about a rapper. They were talking about Fetty Wap. And this child gonna say, well, Fetty Wap, he could get it because he got some money, right? At a family function, right? And I tried to, I couldn't believe that she said that, right? But I tried to, like, simmer it down by saying, oh, you mean like he can clean your house, right? And she looked like she was about to repeat her freaking self. I was like, if this child repeat herself, I'm gonna embarrass her, because she embarrassing herself really just by saying that inappropriate stuff in front of everyone. But when I looked at her again, she had that demon look in her face. There's a demon
in
on
half
her.
a mile, turn right onto Highway 92 North.
And to me, what I see when someone has a demon on them, their eyes get really watery sometimes. Their eyes get really watery, and they just have this. Sometimes they even, you can even hear the demon sometimes. It's so weird. It is so weird. They be growling, and it's so crazy. It's so crazy. And demons, it's like they usually talk to someone that can hear them. They talk to me all the time. All the time. They say stuff all the time about what they're
turn
gonna
right
do,
onto Highway 92 North.
Children, you know what I'm saying? They have plans. They have all these plans, and their plans are destroyed with prayer.
In 1.1 miles, turn left onto Rivers Road.
Hey, I need to get in the house. These police pulling everybody over this morning. Their plans are destroyed. You know, when they tell me what they're gonna do, I think about what I'm gonna do. So it's just so crazy. It is so crazy. Sorry, y'all. I'm a bit distracted
in
this
1
morning.
mile, turn left onto Rivers Road.
That's pretty much all I wanted to say. I just want to tell y'all to, if you turn out the, well, really, when you're listening to the music, you're listening to the demons. And it's so hard. It's so hard to stop. I know it's everywhere. But one thing I don't do is, I might listen to stuff in my car sometimes. Sometimes I might go back to, like, I don't listen to any of the music from today. I can't believe some of this music from today. It's really, 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 really bad. It's really bad. Now, I will not listen to music from today, but I hear it at work, and I just can't believe it. I just cannot freaking believe it. Like, it's actually just listening to porno. That's basically what you're doing. You're listening to porno, talking about, I heard this one song that dude said, I'm gonna lick it, then I'm gonna stick it, then I'm gonna lick it, I'm gonna stick it, I'm gonna lick it, I'm gonna stick it, I'm gonna lick it. I'm like, that's disgusting. Like
turn left onto Rivers Road.
It sounded like he saw me and a woman at a club, and that's what he was gonna do. And I was like, you know what? That's why this whole freaking town, everybody talking about this whole town got HIV, because of stuff like this. They out here listening to stuff like this, and it speaks to your subconscious mind, and then you go out there and act it out, and they make it sound so good. I bet you ride so good. Oh, let me bang it out. Let me bang it out. Like, that's so disgusting to hear a man sitting up here singing about that, begging, and then the girl get on there and she just rap and talk about
turn left onto
what she gonna do. And I'm like, they going to hell for making that song if they don't repent. Because that's what you want to get on the world and tell. That's what you want to come to the world and tell these souls. You got a demon on you. You done sold your soul. You really have to sit up there and sing about something like that. That's the kind of stuff you go home and you sing to your wife. You don't get on the radio and sing that to the whole freaking world, leading all these souls somewhere. That's what you're doing. Like, but you know what? Just like R. Kelly, they're gonna find out in the end that it was not worth it, and that they have been used by evil spirits. I'm talking about used. Alright, then their house is gonna be getting broken into, and there's gonna be videos about them coming out and all
in
the
1 mile,
rituals they
turn
did
left
too.
onto Boyd Boulevard.
So then they're gonna be trying to hang in there like Soldier Boy. Trying to hang in there, high on whatever it is, high on, trying to come back somehow, trying to come back and do their rituals, because they've used to living a certain lifestyle. And if the devil wants them to come back to the industry, then he'll be able to come back. That's so crazy, man. Like, to be that successful in this world, you got to do some real nasty stuff. I'm talking about vile stuff. But I'll tell y'all about that another time. I need to get back in this house and get some sleep. I'll see y'all in the next episode of the Butterfly Show. Bye, babies. Love y'all.